Well, James, well done. FP1 out of the way. Your first free practice session really here for the season opener. Everybody is talking about track limits.
Yeah, well, that's what we were just talking about there. It's tricky because for me, coming from other cars to then this one, and having not done many laps, it's you kind of, as bad as it is, you've got to do a little bit to understand where the limit of the car is, and the nice thing is in practice, obviously, then you find where that is, and you know either you need more or less. In my case, I need a little bit less, but that's fine. It's what it's all about. And yeah, just make sure we don't ever do it again, basically. It's
what you're smiling about, is that you know you need to keep an eye on that. Free practice is always the housekeeping session, isn't it, where you sort of find the balance in the car and you do some little tweaks and things. The times you put in, you end up sort of mid-table in that session, which is a really good start.
Yeah, I'm fairly happy. It was a bit of a scrappy session on the whole. Obviously, everyone's only got a short period of time to like you say, check different settings and whatever else. And for me, I'm actually changing the car even when I don't feel like I need to, just to understand what everything does. So it's all trying to learn as much as we can. So yeah, I was fairly happy with where we are. We were obviously just inside the top 10, which is my target for this first weekend, and yeah, it's a good way to start the weekend.
The track temperature was sub 10 degrees, which means it takes time to get heat into the tyres. Was that an issue? I think there's a fair amount of dust out on the track, isn't there, as well?
Yeah, there's a lot of dust, and that's coming from GT stuff where people don't really use the curves, to here where everyone uses the grass. It's you have to get used to driving on a messy track, but again, it's all, the more laps and corners I do, the more I learn. So all weekend it will be more and more of that.
You make an interesting point there about the subtle differences of the amount of track people use, the dust on the track, using the curbs, where you've come from an environment where they don't do that. I mean, perhaps people think, well, you're quick in a GT car or whatever it might be, you should be quick in this as well, but there are subtle differences, aren't there?
Yeah, thousands of subtle differences as I'm finding out, but yeah, I mean, fundamentally coming to a front wheel drive as well, that's the biggest one. So you know, the whole braking technique, how you transfer the weight of the car, how you then get on the throttle, it's all very, very different. And turboed cars as well, which I haven't driven turbo for a long time. So yeah, there's that kind of obvious difference, but then little bits like we say, they're using more curbs and you know, getting used to following closely in traffic again, which obviously with the GTs having a little bit more aero, you don't, you know, you want to avoid that a bit. But so it's all different, but you know, we're in the mix straight away, which is good. So we just keep building as we go.
We spoke previously about test days and working up to this weekend. It's here, it's real, it's started. How does it feel?
I'm just loving every second, to be honest. Everybody's asked me this morning, like, are you nervous? And maybe I will be when we come to qualifying, but right now I'm just enjoying every second and, you know, taking it all in, and yeah, hopefully we'll do well. But right now, like I say, I'm just enjoying it and learning.
Have a fantastic weekend.
Thank you.